Hi guys, my name is Nate Grams, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a paper airplane. So, what you need right now is an 8 by 4, 8 an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and your obediation. I just made that up now. I don't even know if it's a word. So the plane we're going to make today is a plane that I like to call the MANTA ray, because it looks like one when you're done, and but there's extra steps added, so you can follow those if you'd like. But when it's like done and it looks like a manta ray, you can stop there if you'd like, and also take time to stop the video and just make sure that you pay attention. And well, I'm not saying that I'm like forcing you to do this, but you can do this if you like. There's plenty other plane videos on YouTube, isn't it? So right now, let's start our plane. So what we're gonna do first is that we're gonna take this triangle edge right over here. Well, this dot hasn't be facing me, so so in your perspective, we're gonna take this edge and we're gonna fold it to here, like in triangle fashion. I'm gonna take this edge, fold it to here, make sure the creases line up. Also take time to pause the video if you're stuck on a step. Oh, and if you're wondering what this is, it's just an extra pedestal so you can see it clearer. Alright, if you're done with the first step, your plane should look like this. The triangle right here is folded down to make it like this. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna unfold it, flatten it out. And so now see, your plane should have a line in the middle, as shown here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing, but on the other side. So like this to here. Fold it. Okay, now your plane should look like it has an X mark. This is shown from the inside of the crease. It's shown from the inside of the paper. It should look like it has an X mark. That's what your plane should look like. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna fold, and we're gonna fold, and we're gonna fold this. We're gonna fold this down to where these triangles are, and also crossing this half. Your plane triangles should try to be lined up with the triangles on the inside. If it isn't, just check to make sure, and mistakes are made. Okay, now your plane should look like this. It's folded in half from right here down to where the triangles are. Okay. Don't mind him, that's my dad. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna unfold it, and we're gonna flip it over again. Now this step is gonna be a little bit tricky, so watch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna poke down into the middle, and your plain edges should be folding up like this. So make them fold up, and so you're plain, and so it should look like this. Now pin this down like that, and then fold this down like that. Now it should look like this, in like a little bit of a house shape. Because what I did was that when I poked this down, these edges came up, but it was like little lower, as not like this, but then I wanted to continue folding those up, then placing them down to make them like a house shape. Now once you have your full crease, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this triangle and you're gonna fold it up to here like this. Watch. Only fold one of the layers, not the whole triangle. Only one of the layers. And what you're going to do now is the same thing on the other side. Okay, now your plane should look like this. Only one of the layers is folded. See, there's two layers. You have to fold only one of them up to make a triangle. If you look at it from this point of view, it looks like a square with only a diagonal line. With only a line going into it. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the corner again, and this time you're gonna fold it up to make that side look like an arrow, an arrowhead going this way. See, watch. And you crease it all the way. Now, and then do the same thing on the other side. Now it should look like this. Because of what I said earlier, to make it like an arrowhead pointing that way, that's what it should look like. If you don't know what an arrowhead is, go online and look it up. If there are any excess creases that needs to be folded, if they're loose, just fold them up right away. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this top triangle, see shown right here, the top part of the house right here, and you're gonna fold it down towards to where that triangle arrowhead is. You're going to fold it down that way. You just have to like press it down when you fold it. Now it should be like this, because the top's folded down. Now it's starting to get that manta ray shape. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to open the triangle and the arrowhead folds up. You're going to open those up to make it like this. Open them up. And now what you're going to do is these extra triangles from the top layer of the triangle that folded down, you fold those in, but not this triangle. Only these. And then fold the arrow shapes down on it. Now it should look like this. You see here? There's nothing coming off because those folds are right here. And those were coming off of this. Okay, now what you're gonna do is that you open the arrow shapes up again, but you keep the other triangles down. Then this time you fold in the triangle, not the arrowhead triangles, but the triangle at the top. This triangle, fold it down. Then these fold on top of it. Folding these many times is a good way to getting us a good crease. Okay, now you're going to open those arrowhead shapes up. Oh, and then this part is going to be pretty tricky. Well, a little tricky. So you see these holes? You see the holes on your triangle? They should look like this. They're located on the front sides of the triangle. When you fold it down again, your arrowhead triangles are gonna stick through those holes. So they should be tightened in like that. And then you're gonna do the same on the other side. This might probably be the trickiest step in the whole plane, but I find it pretty easy because I make these a lot. There we go. Now your plane should look like this. And then now flip it over. Now you're done with the manta ray. This is the manta ray. It's finished. It's finished right now. But like I said earlier, there are extra steps to make it more, well, there's extra steps to it to make it better. But if you want to stop here right now, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you want to stop here right now. It's okay. You can also try to label it manta ray with like a pencil or something somewhere. You can find a good place, but if you don't want it, it's okay. And I don't recommend coloring on this because actually when you color on it, it doesn't do that many stunts. Like it just flies a little bit and gets actually just tiny bit pushed down. Just a little bit. It kind of adds weight. So I just recommend not coloring this. But if you have colored paper, it's okay to fold this plane with the colored paper. But I recommend computer paper. It's much better material and you could fly it better with this. Okay, for the extras. You want it to stay? Good. because these extra steps are going to be awesome. So now what you're going to do is that when you put it like this and look at it, you see the shadow of the triangle that is over here. So what you're going to do is and it looks like a little line. It looks like you see a little tiny bit of a line going across the middle of the manta ray. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold this up to that line. Like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Now it should look like this. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it back, but not all the way. You're going to fold this to here, that to there. To make like a half fold of what you just did. Like this. Right here. Right here. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Okay, there. And now what you're going to do is you take this triangle and take this and fold it down to make it look like a triangle. This is actually perfect for having to do loops and stuff, because when you're throwing it at velocity, this makes the air. Well, before I explain that, you do the same thing on the other side as well to make these look like trapezoids. If you don't know what a trapezoid is, look it up. That's going to be my word from now on. Okay, so with your plane, you're all finished. This is the manta ray. Now, when you throw it, I recommend holding the triangle for it. Because the whole time when we were folding it, it was just for the handle, weirdly. And what's cool about this plane, it doesn't have a fuselage, which means it's not controlled. And it can fly freely. Now, if you want, to adjust the flaps, you can, put it up like this so as I was saying earlier, when the wind travels through, it creates a lot of drag going off on this side. So it's pulling it up, and it could possibly even do a loop when it does that. Because there's so much air around, it can even possibly do a loop. And if you throw it from the side, it can do like a cyclone trick. It can go around the cyclone. But I don't think this is one of those planes that the boomerang plane, when it comes back to you, I don't think it's like that. But it can still do some pretty good stunts. This is a really awesome plane, and here's some tips on how to fold it. Another way, fold and fly, if it doesn't really work that well. So if it is kind of blunt a little bit, I kind of recommend to edge these out a little, just a tiny bit, because if you edge these out, then this area will be more stronger, and if it's weaker here, just try still pulling it back. But for now, when you made it, it looks good. And if the loop isn't working well, try putting the folds back more. It helps better that way. So I hope you really like this video, and I will send a lot more plane videos along the way. See you later.